the Savoy. Then there's the black cab driver.
No cabbie in the world has to go through an ordeal as fearsome as the knowledge, which requires that all London taxi drivers memorise 25,000 streets. The test is so tough, in fact, that cabbies develop an extra-large hippocampus, which is the area of the brain associated with memory, navigation and views on immigration.
Put this combination of man and machine together, and what you have is indisputable.
What you have is, without doubt, obviously, unquestionably, no arguments, the best taxi in the world. Or is it?
The thing is, a New York taxi driver would probably disagree with that statement.
He'd say, yeah, you may have more space in the back, but your London taxi is slow and the ride is terrible. Whereas my yellow taxi has a big V8 and proper suspension. But then a cabbie in Delhi would say my Indian taxi is built to last longer. Basically, every cabbie everywhere in the world could argue for one reason or another that their taxi is the best. Which means, if we really want to find out which is the greatest taxi in the world, there is only one way to do it, and that is, as ever, in the prism of the furnace, through the looking glass of the crucible of motorsport.
That means a race, and the venue for our global showdown will be Lydden Hill in Kent, famous throughout the motorsport world for being the only racetrack with its own cab office.
That plywood cab office looks perilously close to the track. I sincerely hope no harm befalls it. Anyway, let's now meet our grid of taxis from around the world.
Representing Great Britain, we have a 1997 Fairway driver, which, with a mere 320,000 miles on the clock, is barely run in. From Mexico, a 1970 Volkswagen Beetle. 50,000 of these things ply their trade in Mexico City alone. From America, one of the titans of the taxi world, a New York yellow cab.
This particular one is a Ford Crown Victoria, rear-wheel drive, 4.6-litre V8, and in its day good for 130. That's one to worry about.
From India, the Hindustan Ambassador, very much the old-timer here. The